Okay, the key to doing this question is to realize that we're talking about the resistance between point X and Y. So you should be thinking about the current paths between X and Y. For example, let's look at this last line here. It says that when switch A is closed and switch B is open, the resistance between X and Y is 6 ohms. So the current path between X and Y is simply like this, right? So the current will only go from here to here. So the resistance between these 2 points is only R1, which means 6 ohms is R1. So straight away we already know R1 is 6 ohms. Okay, let's look at this line here. This line says that if we open switch A and we close switch B, the resistance is 10 ohms. So what is the current path between X and Y when the switches are this way? So the current will have to go this way and then this way, right? That's the current path. That means the resistance between X and Y is R1 plus R2. This 10 ohms we know is actually R1 plus R2. But R1 is 6 ohms, right? We already know that R1 is 6 ohms. So R2 is 4 ohms. So the last piece of information here says that when both the switches are open, the resistance is 12. So when we open both the switches, the current path between X and Y is this way. So the resistance between X and Y is R1 plus R2 plus R3. So R1 plus R2 plus R3 is 12 ohms. We already know that R1 is 6, R2 is 4 ohms. That means R3 has got to be 2 ohms. Okay, so that's all I have to say. Ta-ta!